Hello, mate. How you doing? I was going to say I haven't seen you for ages, but it's me who hasn't been playing. So, so you probably haven't seen me for ages, I guess. Hopefully the voice coming through okay. Hopefully you can hear. Okay, mate. Cheers. I'm just going to go into Guck actually, just to see. I went in there and had a look at the crocodiles a couple of levels ago, but some of them were still red and yellow. So I'm just going to see if they're viable now. Maybe not. Oh, maybe someone else is on. It looks like someone else is already here. There's an even con. Couple of even cons. Heart spider. Okay, well someone's cleared this far, but they haven't carried on going. I wonder if these guys are social or not. Okay, it's only one way to find out. Honestly, I don't know, to be honest, mate. I'm kind of stuck between a couple again, as per usual. My stream seems to be buffering, so hopefully you can still hear me. Come on, Twitch. God damn it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, honestly, I don't know, mate. To be honest with you, as I said, I'm not sure. I'm stuck between that whole thing again with with characters. Sometimes I just think I just do both. Just do both, and you haven't got to worry about it then. Okay. I think I might pull this guy around here. Whoa! Maybe smoke. Do. How are you finding the ogre? I know that you're. I hope the stream's alright. Let me know if there's any problems. It keeps buffering at my end. I don't know why. But hopefully it's okay for you. How are you finding the ogre anyway? I love the ogres. They're my favourite race, I think, probably. I like all the lore and stuff as well. But I just get, I just kind of get a bit caught up in the whole. You know, at higher levels, is it going to be efficient enough? I kind of a bit hung up on the. I mean, I love the way that trolls look actually, but I kind of get a bit hung up on the old, on the whole regen and thing and whatnot. I guess one of those things that maybe it's the same for everyone. Where if you start off with a fungi, I look at it sometimes, think to myself, if I had a fungi, what race would I play? And that's clearly the race I should be playing. But you know. Okay, well that worked out okay. Yeah, it's something I've gone around with so many times since I started playing on P99. The frontal stun immunity is definitely, it's a weird thing. I personally find it kind of maybe in the middle with regards to sort of people's opinions. I think it's definitely a lot more than people who kind of dismiss it think it is, but I think it's probably not as much as the people who sort of swear by it. I can essentially. I think we've got a little groupie thing going on here. Hey. Too far away. What the hell? Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, the front stun immunity is amazing. I mean, even just in normal play. I mean, as you probably would have noticed, when you start fighting mobs that bash you, even just fighting them in the front when they kind of bash you and you've got a few seconds where you can't do anything, even that's quite frustrating. And I've found that you can literally sit yourself in a corner and not get interrupted at all. Unless you're very, really unlucky. But I kind of notice interruptions all the time on the other races. Holy smoke, this guy's tough. Any green? Okay, so there's me and an ogre. We're gonna get some. Is he following? So I'm going back to the entrance. What level is he? Level 9. Okay, Jurfit. This is where it becomes really frustrating for ogres. the whole kind of getting stuck and stuff. Okay, let's go. Yeah, that's one of the frustrating things about the big races. There's a bit just around the corner there where you have to duck. If you don't remember to duck, it's a real pain in the backside. No reason not to slow these guys. I've kind of only just really come back to the game after a short break, really, mate. So I'm kind of just starting again. I want to use my JBB from like when it becomes functional, just to kind of test to see what difference it makes. Ah. What is the point of that? You got a blue and a red here. Sorry, an even con and a red. That's a crazy level discrepancy right there. I'm not particularly experienced with Guck, but it seems to go from sort of level sort of 6-7 mobs upwards at the beginning, and then it just goes crazy. Are you following Tuma Moore's evil leveling guide? That's I can't. I mean, I normally do, but I just thought I'd try something a bit different. But yeah, maybe it wasn't such a smart move. Yeah, blue. Yeah, I mean, I've got my own. I mean, I've kind of done this so many times. I've got a pretty good leveling path down, really, and I would actually have been somewhere else at this moment in time, but I thought I'd come into Guck and have a look and see what level the crocs were. But there just doesn't seem to be enough at my level here to. So right at the crocs, if you go left, you got the planks. There's a yellow con, but there's a red up there, or there was. So left here. See if we've got any croc spawns, shall we? I've always been a coward when it comes to dungeons. I enjoy them, but yeah, I've always been a bit of a coward. Don't know why. I think that kind of when I mean look at, I get I mean the dungeons are obviously made for groups, aren't they? So it's difficult to complain. But some of the old world ones just have a really strange like leveling path. It's not like some of the Cunard ones that seem to have like a fairly logical leveling path from higher to lower. Oh, hi AC. Oh, he's just level 10 at the moment, and I've got an ogre that's 14. So I kind of just starting again essentially. Okay, so Croc starts spawning, but I don't think the one spawns. I think the one spawns here, doesn't it? I think essentially. With dungeons as well, this is not my style of play. I like to be running around just killing stuff rather than sitting around. I think that's why I kind of go for the outdoorsy stuff a bit more. If there's any problems with the stream at your end, let me know. It keeps buffering at mine because it could be because I'm using it and my son's using it and whatever. If there's any problems, then let me know. Yeah, I think there's one here, and I think you get one round here on the. You get one here, don't you? There seems to be one here, and around the corner there are two, but the level difference in them is really weird. And there's an even con to me around the corner. There's a red right next to it, so that kind of, yeah, that's stopped us right there. I mean, I'm level 10, and I mean, I guess because I'm kind of pretty twinked. I haven't had any problems. Like even cons and even yellows at the moment wouldn't be too much of an issue. It's just you just hit a wall, so you're kind of limited to the amount of mobs you can fight. I mean, there is a. I think as was pointed out to me, if you go around here on the ledge, there's a yellow. There was a yellow con here that maybe roams, I guess. Could maybe have a look at that. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to stay here all the time. Because I'm assuming it's got a pretty nice zen. It's just, I'm. What's the time? What's the time? It's like midday UK time here. And there's only really myself and Jurfit here who's sort of our level. Yeah, I mean, if the leveling progression was not so harsh, sorry, if the leveling discrepancy wasn't so harsh, so you fight blues and you hit reds, you know, yeah, I'd stay here all the time. Um, but it's a quiet time of day, so there's not too many people about. Remove the helm. There's something about I do like I don't like a huge amount of the elms. I do like trolls without a helm. Just looks a bit more sexy, I'd say. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Maybe I should hide here. Oh, I think Jerfit's died. Okay. I think Jerfit. Okay. So Spiders conned him different, but then gave him a whack. By the sound of it, I have to confess I've got no experience with the spiders. Maybe the heart spider social with something else. Not sure. He died. We've got some croc action, but why hasn't this one spawned yet? That's weird. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, they're kind of different, but I mean, I didn't go anywhere near them. But I think Jerfit found out the hard way that indifferent or not. I love the atmosphere in dungeons. You probably can't hear it because I don't want to turn the sound up too high, but you kind of get like a whoa. But you kind of get like a thrumming in the background, which is nice and atmospheric. Got bash stunned, see? That never would have happened. Yeah, it's the simplest things with this game. Just that level, just the level of detail that draws you in. Like just to see the simple sort of thrumming and the water running down the walls here. It's pretty cool. Your cleric's really high now, AC. Is that right? From what I can, probably higher because your videos seem to be. I'm assuming that you are AC gamer. I'm sure I recognise that. But you put videos out quite a way in advance, don't you? So you're probably in real time way ahead of your. Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, they really thought about everything in this game. So what's happened with the spawns here? God damn it! Oh, there's one. Okay. Is this guy a roamer then? Maybe. Yeah, he is. I should probably be waiting for my partner rather than nicking all the XP. But it's so slow. It just definitely wants some XP. Okay, so my partner's almost back. Give me a second. I'm just changing. I'm just going to my actual channel. I was on the video manager, but it just keeps freezing up for some reason. So, shh. Okay, so where's that croc? Oh, there we go. Charles looks so good in the plate style armour. And after the patchy and the tides thing, it's really cool. There we go. Let's look at some sexy ogreness. Sexy ogreness? Some sexy ogre while we're fighting. Better than looking down there. Okay, what else is round here? Apart from Kinner's corpse. There is a red warrior. Okay, another brick wall. Thanks, mate. Although you've come here now with your ogre sexiness, and now I'm thinking, where's my ogre? Okay, we'll give that doorway a miss then. But we got some super buffs. Super buffs. Dirty dirt napper. Awesome. Normally we would probably eat you for lunch, but seeing as you're buffing us, it only seems fair to not do that. Okay, so now we've got some buffs. Okay, so thanks Grammys for the buffs, that's awesome, mate. So we're going to go and... I think there's a storm coming actually, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's got very dark outside. But we're going to go and see if we can do some more stuff. Hey! Let's have a Twitch party. Ah, I've got to invite Grammys to a shrink. Fair enough. Welcome everyone who's just come or has been watching. A bit rude of me not to do that. I'm post. What am I post? I'm post referendum at the moment. So it just. Hello guys, Bob here. Are we shrunken yet? When I was in Cornwall, there was a picture. I was going to take a picture of it, but I didn't. There's a picture of a. There's like an artist's impression of a pixie, and a Cornish pixie, and it looked exactly like a really small troll. Okay. Not that way. So we're going to check out C8's C8's suggestion of going across the bridge and left. Why so many shamans? It's the only class I like, to be honest, mate. That is the honest. I've kind of tried other classes, and there are other classes that it's raining really hard. Maybe I should shut my door. I'm just going to shut my door. Hang on. I just love Shaman. That's the only explanation I've got. Just it's just one of those things where a class kind of just. Hang on. Where did you go? Yeah, it's just one of those things where a class just appeals to you. It's just and yeah, and that's it really. And that's kind of all I can. Races I have a problem with. It's not class, as you know. Bloody races. Where did he go? Oh, here we go. Okay, so I've lost Jerfit. Let's pull this guy back here. I think is what we will do. Oh, there you are. Okay. So we're going to go left here, I think, probably. Okay, let's go. Right. Hello, boys. What we got? Cool. We've got a couple of blue. Got a blue and a green. Okay. Sorry, C8. Thanks for coming over and buffing us, though, mate. I hope you get off that ladder. Interrupted his spell. Like, that's one of the big advantages the big races have. That's quite nice. Is that slam doesn't land often because I think it's based off your bash skill. Yeah, but it's a good one. Oh, okay, Jerfit's on the case. Yeah, that slam when it goes off and you get a good one, it's really good, and it's quite good for running for things that run as well. So it's a good matchup in the race thing. What do we think? What do we think? What do we like looks of? Oops. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I haven't got an assist button, so I don't... Come on, Bob. Really, thanks for those buffs, guys. That's made a huge amount of difference. It helps when you got a nice big ogre shaman also kind of looking after you. Oh, why didn't I make an assist button? There we go. No, maybe not. Let's burn this guy down. Sorry, Jeff. I haven't got an assist button, which is stupid, and he was been bashing away at this sentry. Okay. Little guard here. Nice even con. I think we'll have him next. Interrupted, you see? Damn it. I'm going back to an ogre. What top is that, Stabs, that you're wearing? It's a Velius one, isn't it? I really like. Love the Velius looks. The Velius armor texture is really good. Faced by the carapace. Nice! Woohoo! Look at that. 6 dex, 5 stat, 6 strength, 5 stat. Holy smoke. That's nice. I'll be getting myself one of them. Definitely. Cool. Okay, what else we got around here? Okay, I'm face pulling at the moment. This is a nice area though. I could do solo here quite comfortably as well, I think, probably. We've got hailstones outside now. apologise for the noise. If you can hear that, it's a storm and hailstones, so I should have had a chat with Mother Nature first before I started. Oh dear. A woven tunic. Nice. So I've got a yellow there, that might be okay. Not sure if it's on the case. Oh, caster, okay. Should we discuss the impracticality of the chainmail armour there? Well, they are frogs, so maybe there isn't anything there for them to worry about, but that looks particularly uncomfortable. Cool, okay. Okay. There's a guard there, but yeah. Oh, this is quite nice. So that would be from this room into this room. It's fairly nice, some fairly nice progression there. So once we got through the painfulness of the initial area. Hey up. Okay. Try and get some better shots for you, I think, if I can. That's not bad. There we go. You're not very coordinated. We're fighting different mobs here. I'm kind of going for the casters first. God damn it. None of those little cheats for the NPCs where their pets don't die when they die. Cool. That was a tough pet. Holy moly. We could deal with this room, couldn't we? Oh, actually, Witch Doctor. Red, no, maybe not. Oops. Okay, so Jerfit's got to go shortly, but that's okay. I think thanks to the buffs, I can probably hold this down here. I think. Whoops, Daisy. Oh, we got the Witch Doctor as well. That's bad news. Okay. Okay, we've got a Red Witch Doctor. Who seems to be going down pretty quickly, actually. Thanks, Grummis. We'd never be able to do this if you weren't here. No, get the spellcaster out of the way first. Ugh. Well, it is amazing what some buffs can do. Wowza. Froglock Carnage, that was. So I think Jervik might be going, so we'll see how I get on my own. Should be okay. I think we'll have some pops here soon. I think Jerfik's got the bug now. It's just the one more. Positioning there. I should be playing a tank, shouldn't I? Both trying to position that time. Ugh. So again, about half a level so far. That's pretty good. God damn it. Jervik kind of wants to go, but he also he also likes the XP, so he doesn't want to go. Oh, it's funny, kind of like with him. He looks like he's using a cracked staff by the looks of it, and people talk about like good items to twink for a newbie. And I think a decent ratio weapon is one of the best things you can do. People talk about the rings and stuff, and they're amazing, obviously, but I think a decent ratio weapon right at the start is a good thing. Oh man, thoughts on the Brexit vote? Ugh. I did a video where I spoke about it a bit, and it's kind of you kind of think to yourself in your little corner of YouTube, maybe you don't get a lot of stupid, but you do kind of get a bit of stupid. People kind of leaving comments, so they kind of listen to what you say, and then they'll pick out one thing, one tiny thing, and they'll make an argument with that one thing, as though it sort of negates everything you've said. So it's difficult to talk about that kind of thing, isn't it? Politics. I'm not sure if I'll do it again on video. But I mean, myself and all my family were gutted, essentially. Pretty gutted about it. I don't like all this. I think the problem is the way it's been portrayed. I think unfortunately everything we've seen on both sides has been a negative. So there's a lot of people complaining that a lot of people who wanted to vote to leave. There were a lot of people on the Remain side kind of calling them xenophobic and racist. But unfortunately, the problem that we had was that all the people on TV talking about it were xenophobic and racist. That's the issue. You know, I'm sure there's lots of decent, normal people who voted to leave for their own reasons. I couldn't think of any reason that I would want to vote to leave. I'm not particularly. I'm anti royalty. I don't feel particularly proud to be British at the moment. I heard quite a lot of the whole "Make Britain Great Again" thing, and I don't believe that. You know, I mean, UK Britain has done some great things in the past, culturally, creatively. Of course they have, but also, you got to remember that the period where we were all great, where people talk about being great, we also used to just swan into countries and just take them over because we felt like it. It's so I think that's the problem. I think on both sides there's been a lot of negative. I mean, the thing that summed it up for me with regards to how the TV were putting it across was that they spoke to a woman yesterday, and she said, and the interviewer said to her, did you realise that the particular area that she lived in had lots of European grants, like millions of pounds, that had regenerated the area. And they said to her, do you realise this? And her response was, I don't know about all that. English for the English. That was her response. Unfortunately, I think the reason that Leave voters are being called kind of racist and xenophobic is because that's all we've seen on television. That the Leave voters have basically been talking about make Britain great again, and get the foreigners out. Unfortunately, that's and I'm sure that's not the case for the majority of people, but that's the impression that that's come across. I guess it's like the internet. It's always the morons that talk the loudest. So, and I think it's probably the case here as well. It's the morons who have had the most to say about it. Unfortunately, but I think it's sad. I mean, my son. It's really affected him because his partner is she's French, lovely girl, but obviously people like her feel a bit like, I don't think it's the case, but I can understand why they feel a bit unwanted and a bit awkward about the whole thing, kind of living in this country. But we were sad, I mean, the European Union has got a lot of issues that need to be sorted out. But I would rather have stayed. I mean, the thing with Farage is, I mean, I hope I don't offend anyone, but Farage to me is like vermin. He's like the scum of the earth, and I'm getting angry now. Getting stressed. He literally is, and I can't understand anyone having any time for him. He's just a horrible, horrible man. But you're right, he gets so much airtime. But that's what they want, isn't it? They want that sort of stuff. They don't want someone on there talking reasonably, because obviously that would be boring. It was funny because yesterday after the vote, he was saying that decent people had voted to leave, and I guess I'm indecent, which I'm quite happy to be. If Farage is decent. Are you from the UK or are you from Australia? I know you're in Furness, and I'm kind of hoping to join at some point if they'll have me. But yeah, I don't know if you're UK or Australian, C8. And I don't know if you guys have actually had. I don't know what you've heard. If you are, what you've heard of stuff. Okay, so it's just me now, but I think we'll be okay. I won't get too. I think we've probably got to wait now for a spawn. I don't want to go too crazy. Be brave, Bob. Be brave. From New Zealand. So have you had? Has it been on the news much? Because it's funny. You kind of. I don't know if because over here is, I don't know if you know, but over here what the news generally does, the BBC mostly, which is what I watch. The BBC normally blitzes you with a story like a terrorist attack or Donald Trump or something for a few days, and then they just completely drop it. You hear nothing else about it. So I don't know if that's the same in New Zealand, but that's generally what happens over here. Well, I think me and Jerfit cleared it, didn't we? Before, so I think I've just got a little wait for a spawn, I guess. Yeah, I guess there would be. Yeah, stupid question, really. I just wonder what other countries think of these kind of things, because of the whole Trump thing going on, and America have kind of got their own political issues. I always wonder what other people from other countries think. Um, it's a shame. It's really sad because, like, I mean, I didn't realise. It's funny because um, I'm kind of, what am I? It's difficult to put into words. I don't feel particularly great, as I said. I don't feel particularly patriotic. I don't feel particularly proud of being English or British or whatever you want to call it. A lot of that, I think, is to do with our foreign policy. You know, the way we look at the world, and I think America have got as much to. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I don't like using term like leeches and that kind of thing. I mean, you know, you're going to get some countries that are stronger and some countries that are weaker, and I don't have a problem with helping out um, other countries if when you're the most powerful country within that bloc. Obviously, you're going to be expected to give more. It just comes with the territory. I think the issue. Yeah, I mean, immigration was a big issue. Immigration is a big issue for me. But I think the thing with immigration is it's like everything in both campaigns. It's how you talk about it. And Farage is obsessed with immigration essentially because he's a racist, you know, and there wasn't anyone speaking reasonably about the immigration situation. You know, I've read Farage, who is clearly, you know, what he is, um, and that was kind of it. Boris Johnson, did he? I don't know if he kind of. I think he was more economic than immigration. But I think immigration is a problem, but I don't think putting up the fences and blocking people out is the way to deal with it. As I said, I think the European Union's got a huge amount of issues, um, and there are certain things that need to sort out. Free movement could be one of those, but I quite like free movement because it allows me to go anywhere. Well, it allowed me to go anywhere as well. That's the thing. I don't know where you're from, joint effort, but you could say that about anything. I mean, recently, um, the problem in the UK is that when something happens and when a crime happens, um, and there have been some quite horrific crimes happen recently, uh, and a Muslim does it, then what tends to happen is that they they all get tarred with the same brush, and people seem to ignore the fact that um, white British people commit as heinous a crime. Um, but I understand that we're in Britain and that's fine. But I would use the same analogy for 10,000 white people, and five of them are poisoned. Would you take a handful? I don't see how I don't differentiate in that way. And everything is getting a bit heavy now, which I don't mind. Um, but the other thing as well is that in my opinion, I was talking about sort of Britain on the world stage as well. Is that what a lot of people don't seem to realise is that we've helped to cause this issue. We've helped to cause this issue in. Yeah, she was. You're right. Yeah, she was definitely. We've helped to cause this issue in the Muslim world. You know, it's if you go if it was on the other foot, and for 20, say we were Afghanistan, and for 20 years we were being bombed. Um, you should probably look up some statistics. Really, I mean, it's quite shameful. I'm quite ashamed of it, but you know, they reckon that 100,000, just in Afghanistan alone, 100,000 people have either died or been displaced by accidental, bombing from the West. So when that's been going on for so long, I don't know how I would react to that. You know, I would be pretty pissed off. Um, would I go to those countries and then start start bombing innocent people there? Well, probably not. But I think that all it's in this country anyway. It's always looked at from a skew. It's not a balanced perspective. You know, when a terrorist does something, admittedly terrible, we don't take responsibility for it. We don't say, well, we've been bombing them for 20 years. They're probably going to be a bit pissed off. You know, that's the way I look at it. I don't know if that's a right or wrong way. Hello, Froglock Guard. As I said, it's a tricky subject because people are passionate about it, you know, and I would probably say that I'm in the minority in the UK. I think that not feeling proud to be British and being anti-monarchy. I'm not anti-monarchy. I absolutely hate inherited wealth. Hate it because you've done nothing for it. Although I understand on the other side of the coin, you know, they do. They're pretty good for the royalty. Are pretty good from a tourist point of view. But yeah, but I imagine my view is I'm probably like in the minority in the UK. I would say, not feeling particularly proud and being quite and feeling that we should take more responsibility for the situation with regards to terrorism and whatnot. But I don't know. That's just me. So I can't do that room, which is fine. Yeah, but I'm not sure. Something did have to be done. You know, it's not. We seem to have this. We seem to have this thing in the West where we. If we went into Afghanistan, Iraq, or wherever it was, and I thought that we were genuinely trying to help people, that would be fine. But I don't think that we were genuinely trying to help people. In hindsight, it turns out Tony Blair was a religious nut in the end, or that's the way he's been coming across. And he sent us into places for the wrong reasons. That's just my opinion. I understand what you're saying, but I think that you know, we're not the. I don't think we should be policing the world. That's not our job. It's interesting now. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, the pound went to the crapper. Well, I think it's probably recovered a bit. The Bank of England's had to inject billions into the economy to keep things going, but I think they seemed to kind of be prepared for that. That was they'd had something in place to make sure that things sort of, you know, that things worked, carried on working. I think the biggest concern I have is that I just don't want us to be viewed in this negative sort of light that we are viewed at the moment. I want us to be open and welcoming, you know, and but no. So which doctor's yellow? So they're not super red, but I guess with Siat and C8, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, and Grummis, I'll probably be alright, but well, I um, yeah, I mean, my reasons for not voting out, for voting in, weren't the fact that I didn't think that our economy, I didn't think that we could manage on our own. I'm sure that we probably can. I think Europe are going to make it a lot harder for us, and people are thinking. But yeah, there we go. I resisted it. Yeah, but I'm sure we can manage on our own. But as I said, for me, it was, I kind of, yeah, as I said before, I think probably unfairly, a lot of the Leave voters have been, let's spend more time. Do you know what? For the first time in, how long has he been Prime Minister? 8 years. For the first time in 8 years, yesterday when he read out that, I thought I would never say this about a Tory, any Tory in any way ever, but when he read out his resignation letter, I kind of actually felt a little bit sorry for him. Is it those moments like that where you kind of realise that politicians are human beings after all, even though 99% of the time they don't act like it? You kind of just wish they would act like that a bit more, you know. But it was, yeah. The issue we've got now, of course, is that if Boris Johnson takes over, there's going to be a extreme right. It's probably not the correct term, but there's going to be a fairly right-wing Tory government in place, and that's going to be pretty tough, I imagine, for people on benefits and people on low incomes. Hello, Mr. Sentinel. I mean, there was a lot. People were expecting him to resign. There were a lot of rumours if he didn't win it. I guess if you fought so passionately for the opposite of what's happened, it's probably difficult to then go to Europe and negotiate. I don't know, but yeah, it'd be interesting. I'll probably come off as a. I think the problem with Tory politics since the inception of Tory politics is that they're all about finance and big business and the economy at the expense of working class people. Obviously, that's where that's where the Labour Party come into it. They're kind of like an opposite, or they're supposed to be. But that's the problem with Tory government, you know, is that Tory politics are just not for the little people. We kind of get by, but you know, it's there's stairs there, which I'm sure I don't want to go down. I have to ask you non-Brits, like, what you think of Boris Johnson. The guy does come across as a bit of a clown, but I actually quite liked his speech yesterday, because he didn't come out. Whereas Farage was like, you know, the decent people voted, and he was all the arm waving and celebration and stuff. I think Boris Johnson just came up and sort of gave a speech. It was quite low key, wasn't any gloating. And I think the one thing that he did that he had to do was he said to young people, don't worry, because he knows, a big goofball. Yeah, he's a bit like the uncle that you're embarrassed at a party, isn't he? He's that kind of character. But as I said, I did quite like his speech yesterday afterwards. One of the things that did annoy me about the vote was that when you looked at the demographic of voting by age, 70, I think it was 75%. Hey, Gatik from Seattle, 5:30 a.m. What are you doing up at 5:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning? What the hell? Oh, you're up for the kids. Oh, that's fair enough. Yeah, I've been there. 5:30 is a lay in, I bet. Anyway, yeah, sort of like with the voting, like 75% of 18 to 24-year-olds voted to remain, and the opposite was true. I think sort of 60 plus. I think it sort of swung the other way, and a really telling sort of comment that someone made was that they were looking at average life expectancies, and they said that the older people who voted to leave have kind of got roughly sort of 15 to 20 years um, to live with a decision, whereas the 18 to 24-year-olds have got 60, 70 years to live with a decision. And I'm quite surprised actually that that the older people made that vote when it was clear that their kind of grandchildren and great grandchildren were, you know. You're right. I mean, voting with someone else's opinion isn't really voting, but at the same time, part of my vote was for my kids, because they're the ones who are going to have to sort of live with whatever happens, good or bad. So it's, yeah, it was. So are we level 11 yet? No, but we nearly are. We've done well. We've done pretty well. The Labour Party's in a mess at the moment, which is a shame, because I love Jeremy Corbyn. I don't agree with everything that he says and that he believes, but he seems like a pretty decent bloke, which is what you don't often get with regards to politicians. I think the problem is with him is that I think of the way that things are going, I don't think people will vote for someone who is as left wing as him. So I don't think the Labour Party will win. Are going to win the next election. If the way things are, I think the only way that they would is if young people come out and really took a stand, which I hope they do. Yeah, I mean, Corbyn is just probably too decent, if anything. Yeah, and there are too many people in the Labour Party who don't want him as leader. He's got a lot of support, but I think there is a number. I mean, he's very left wing, and I don't agree with everything that he says, but he seems like a decent chap. And I think it's hard to get a decent chap in politics. I dread to ask, but what do you US guys think of the whole Trump thing? It's I mean, to us, he kind of seems like your Boris Johnson, like a bit of a clown that no one really should be taking seriously, but people are taking him seriously. It's a strange world at the moment. Whoa, hello. Some more on. Health-wise, things are better, as you can probably see, but whatever this thing is I've got, generally seems to take some years to get over, assuming that you do get over it. So yeah, he's like Boris, but 100 times worse. Yeah, I felt a bit like that about Boris Johnson, actually, because if we voted to remain, he didn't lose anything. But if we voted to leave, I think he knew that there was a chance that he'd be prime minister. So I wasn't sure about his motives, to be honest. I'm assuming that the people in the US that are voting for Trump are the more right wing kind of voters. I'm guessing. I'm not too. I know you've got Democrats and Republicans, and Democrats, are they a bit more like our Labour Party? I'm not sure. Yeah, Boris Johnson and Trump. Holy smoke, that's going to be what a combo that's going to be. We're going to be in all sorts of shit, aren't we? Let's face it. Yeah, it's a bit like the mess that Marvel make with their comics of all these different dimensions and different things going on. We've definitely been pushed through to a different plane of we're on a different Earth where people like Farage and Trump and Johnson, yeah, are the right guys. I'd love to see a film Farage, Trump, and Johnson. What a film that would be! Like the Three Amigos, but with those guys, that would be awesome. I'm rubbish at this dungeon stuff. I can't. I've got Survivor's Dance. I can't stand still. When I'm outdoors, there's always something for me to kill. I guess the XP must be better though, right? Nearly level 11. Oh, hello. Did Trump make his money, or was it like an inherited fortune? I honestly don't know much about him, to be perfectly honest. I know there was like an Ivana Trump, wasn't there? Was that his wife? I've actually I haven't bought Sicken yet, so I can't raise my conjuration spell. That's conjuration skill. That's bad news. Don't go that way, Bob. You should be over here. Okay, let's wait. Ah, it's often the way, isn't it? Yeah. It's easy to make money when you got money. That's what my old dad used to say. So we should be getting some more spawns here soon, shouldn't we? I think. There we go. Cool. Also, the other thing with it is it's going to be really sad if the UK splits up, because already Scotland are talking about another referendum because they wanted to stay in. That's going to be really sad, really sad. I've got some Scottish heritage. Maybe we just go and live there. We seriously, when the vote came in, myself and my wife said, let's just go and live in Italy somewhere. We always want to live in Italy. Let's just go to Italy or somewhere and live. live a peasant's life, growing olives and stuff and oranges and whatnot. So maybe we'll still do that as long as the internet's good. That's the key thing. Oh, they make a horrible squelching noise when they walk. These frog locks. Oh, Dumbat. So you guys are not even in the union, are you? But I guess if you've never been in it, you don't know what you're gaining or losing. So yeah, it's there's actually been all sorts. Yeah, it's funny when I think about it. There's been all sorts of crazy talk. I think Northern Ireland, Northern Ireland leader proposed a joint island, which would be great. But I don't know if they're. I'm not sure if they're ready for that. Really, that's yeah. It's funny because see, I wasn't into politics pretty much until quite recently. It's all sort of. I guess when something happens you feel strongly about, that's where it's. I mean, I always took an interest and studied it, but I. Again, I've got kind of quite a skewed view of democracy. Really, I understand that it is democratic, but when the Tory party got in, they only got about 30% of the vote. And it's. So those other 70% have to live with a decision that they didn't make. I haven't got a better way of doing it, to be honest. But it's just again, it's just I think democracy quite a weird. But yeah, like a joint island, wowzer, that would be something. But the Welsh voted out, sorry, which I was quite surprised at because I think Wales has had a fair few millions from European funding as well. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I just, when Thatcher got in and stuff, it was all quite exciting. Even though as you probably tell, I wasn't a fan. But over the years, yeah, you just become apathetic. I kind of got a bit excited about it again when Blair got in, until I kind of realised what a natter he was. Yeah, I've kind of become interested again. There's this funny guy on YouTube. I can't remember his name. You'll probably know him, as you guys in the US probably know him as soon as I mention him. But he's like he's all about this new world order, and he thinks that, and it's not David Vine. That's the British guy, isn't it? Who thinks we're all lizards. Ixar. There's a guy on YouTube, and he's always about this new world order, and he thinks that there's a. He might be right. I don't know, but he thinks there's this new world order thing, and he's all about conspiracies and against big corporations, that kind of thing. I was watching some of his videos, and he's so funny because he takes himself so seriously, and he really thinks he's kind of got the inside track and he knows what's going on. Yeah, and those kind of things are really funny. High leveled as well. I just want to say thanks to. Let's get you in. Thanks to you two guys. I really appreciate you sitting here babysitting me. It's really awesome of you. But please, I mean, you have to go. Don't. Hello. Oh, hello. Oops. Cool. Oh, sorry, mate. No, health is uh, my health is better, but it's not. It hasn't gone. I kind of have ups and downs, and I'm still mostly, unfortunately, stuck at home. It's difficult for me to go out on my own. Yeah, which is horrible, but there you go. But but I feel like I'm kind of on the road to recovery. Things are definitely improving. It just seems to take a long time for my body to catch up or do whatever it needs to do to get to a good point again. I miss cycling. I used to love cycling, particularly because we live on the coast here, and there's like cycle paths around the coast. That's what I miss the most. probably a spawn here, is there? Yeah. Are you camping AC as well, mate? Oh, awesome. Nice one. Oh, you've probably got a bit of track, haven't you? So that's quite nice and easy. Hope you get them legs. Yeah. Yeah, that is very true. It's weird actually, because I'm kind of like in real life I'm a bit of a wallflower, I would say. Like if I was at a party, I'll be standing against a wall, kind of almost hoping that someone didn't come and talk to me, that people didn't come and talk to me too much. I've always been like that. But things have changed a little bit since I've been sick, and particularly like the channel. You know, I mean, you've probably noticed that there's been times. What is that on the wall there? There's been times recently. You may have kind of got a gist of it, but there've been times recently where I've kind of considered like maybe just stopping it altogether. But I keep coming back, and I think it's because as you say, you know, I think the channel's got a good community of people. A lot more so than your average YouTube channels, I think, and it's really nice, and it's quite good for me. I guess a bit selfishly, but it's quite good for me at the moment, you know, because things are difficult. But yeah, it's awesome. And when people kind of send me tells in game and stuff, that's always awesome. It's that Dead Man Floating lasts for ages. It's only just going. We can probably do this, can't we? Okay, guys, hope you're on your toes, because I'm gonna do this. It's got 2 even cons, I think. Oh dear, it's got a lot worse, isn't it? Okay, we'll see how we go. Might need some healing. It's quite interesting. That's where you notice Maskask. Brilliant name. Hi, mate. That's where you really notice the stun immunity, where I kind of wasn't even getting an attack off then. There was a couple of periods where I just kept getting stunned. Thanks, Grumus. I knew you had my back. I apologise. That's taken me ages to... Oh, hello, mate. I haven't seen you for a while. This is my first stream of a regular sort of... I'm going to be going soon because the Euros football starts soon. Wales versus Northern Ireland today. Woo! That'll be a tasty game. So I want to go and watch that. But this will be the first of like a, you know, more regular streaming, hopefully, if health stays as it is. I need some water as well, actually. I should have brought some with me. Well, I would ask. We had a good old chinwag about politics today. I'm just wondering what people thought about me talking about that sort of thing on the channel for Go Wales. Well, I'm an Arsenal fan, and Aaron Ramsey is an Arsenal player, so I'll probably be going for Wales. I was just wondering what you guys... We seem to have a pretty sensible crowd in at the moment. I was wondering what you guys think about talking about that kind of thing on videos. Because I had some stupid comments, but you get stupid comments. There's not much you can do about that. But I was just wondering if you're interested in hearing that sort of thing, or if you just rather what I spoke about, just the stuff I normally speak about. Obviously, I wouldn't do it all the time. It's only because the referendum's been on, and I felt quite strongly about it. Things got tough here all of a sudden. Look, come on now, gentlemen. This is clearly not fair. If we get rid of this witch doctor, I think it's probably the hardest mob. We'll be alright. I should just be nuking a bit more. Yeah, they are. I mean, I listen back. I don't often listen back to my videos, apart from just to check to make sure there's no issues with sound and stuff. And like when I did the video, I thought to myself, I listened back and I thought to myself, does this belong on the channel really? And I'm still not sure. Maybe now and again, if something happens, something big happens. God damn you. I'm going to do a poll. Ogre or troll? Ogre or troll? Tell me now what you think. Ogre fat. Troll reach. Yeah. I considered Ixal, but I went through a lot of hassle to buy myself a jaundice bone bracer, so well, I've got to try that out. No, mate, I do have a new Ogre Shaman who's level 14. When I went through this whole I'm just quitting for a bit, I've had enough kind of thing, I deleted Omog. I don't know why. I kind of have a thing about names. Like if I'm not, if the names, if I don't grow into the name, I know it's stupid, I kind of lose interest in the character. Maybe that's part of the problem. But I really like her. I think it suits a troll shaman. Or a troll. No, but I've got an ogre. He's called Rune. If you see him, yeah, I'm gonna do the leveling guide stuff. Names are important in EQ. Yeah, they shouldn't be, should they? But I find them really important. Like Mugwort, I gave Mugwort a surname and then I hated it, and I about 3 or 4 months ago now I asked for it to be changed, but I think they're just probably too busy with other stuff. But yeah, you're right. Names are important. But Rune spelt with a V because I couldn't have the U because it wouldn't let me. He's 14, so yeah, he's kind of ready to go as well, depending on what we decide. be great if you could get a troll raiding party together and come and try and retake Guck. I bet they probably did that in an expansion, didn't they? Must have done. Hello. Yeah, I'll definitely carry on with the guides, and I kind of want to do the whole funny role-playing stuff as well. So, some of the most amazing experiences I've had is when I've bumped into, is it Brutilius, the ogre Shadow Knight, and also Borf, an ogre shaman, just just role-playing their asses off. it's just brilliant. So I'd like to do that, but I'm going to carry on with a leveling guide as well because I want a leveling guide that goes all the way. Okay, we'll have one more round, then I'm going to go and watch some football, I think. Yeah, when I logged on, there was about 400 people, roughly, which seems pretty quiet for a Saturday. I miss playing at the peak times. It was good. It was really good. I kind of miss that. Hopefully, I better do that again at some point. It used to be like tell hell because obviously, you know, I used to get loads of tells and stuff from people, but it was good. Barbarians are awesome, and I've got I love the artwork that was done for the channel, and in real life I probably would be a barbarian. I think if I was a shaman. If I could be a shaman, probably would be a barbarian. But I know I've never kind of min-maxed in games before, but I kind of now I feel a bit like I'm kind of missing out. Yeah, I have to say I'm kind of missing out. I feel like I'm missing out with regen and frontal stun. I don't know why. I've never really been that way with games before, but I guess maybe because EverQuest is difficult and it's a real game of small percentages. Maybe that's what it is. Can you cross? I think the problem is that I think people's. I mean, I've had it on the channel before as well. I think people think that you have the same amount of time to invest in the game that they do, and if there's someone who kind of plays all day, you know, maybe they would travel across 10 zones to to rescue. That's hilarious. Yeah, as a cleric and as a druid as well, I imagine you should want to stay anon, probably. It's different for me. I get lots of tells from like channel people, so that's fine. I'll put this video up on. You can watch it on here anyway, can't you? But I'll put it up on YouTube as well at some point. And Mr. Sentry. I should just loot these guys, shouldn't I? Hello, Dosage from Overload. I can't imagine you're watching, but hello anyway. We've got the big boys coming now. We've got some Aftermath. Woo! Look at that. He looked... No, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm not looking at that amazing looking Ixar Shaman. I can't start another Shaman. Just stop it. Come on. I don't know if that happens to anyone else, but that... oh, joint effort. Hello, mate. Awesome. I don't know if that happens to anyone else, but like I've done that before. Like I've been playing a troll shaman, and an ogre shaman has run past, and I thought, oh, he looks cool, and I've literally gone back and transferred my stuff over and started playing it. I mean, that is how badly this whole kind of racial choice thing is. I find really bad. And I'm embarrassed to say I've probably then gone and changed back again the same day. Just terrible. But we've got to get to 60. I'm getting to 60. I don't care what happens. I don't care if it's my dying breath. We're going to get to 60. You look awesome though, mate. That is awesome. I love those leggings. They kind of look like... I know the Ixars can't wear plate, but they're almost like a plate look. That's really nice. Havesh Ravencrest. What a name. I always play shamans. Always play shamans. My whole I'll show you it one day. My whole character list is full of shamans. My highest is 53, 52 or 53. He's an ogre. Arctic Wyvern leggings. Yeah, they're lovely. Look at those. Woo. I love shaman. But unfortunately I have this terrible thing where I can't choose what race to play. It's terrible. And so I have a load of shaman stuck in leveling hell. It's just it's rubbish. I know it's rubbish, and it's definitely rubbish, but I just can't. I don't know what it is. I'm not like it in any. I'm not like it in any other way in real life, other than with games. Yeah, I mean, I make it unfun for myself sometimes. I just think that's, you know. How's this room doing? It's funny that you kind of, when you think about it, like everyone should play an Ixar, really. Because they're just so beautiful looking, aren't they? So sleek and kind of, they look like they'd be extremely agile. But we've all got our own things. I just like big guys. I like big fat dudes for some reason. Probably influenced by the Hulk, I think. The Hulk's my favourite comic character, so... Okay, let's be a bit... Whoops! Whoa, what the hell? Let's be a bit braver. What we got in here? Okay, chaps. This way. God damn it. Oh, I think I've got a big pool here. Could be bad. I know there's a necromancer there somewhere. Ugh. Let's get the casters first. Yeah, see, I mean, as I said, I've never been like it before, but I find myself being really influenced by what people say with regards to race. For some reason, I don't quite know why it's happening. I There was a pretty decent. I saw a pretty decent thread. I think it was on the forums. There's a guy called I Ruined Your Day. He's one of the forum guys, forumites. You know, he's got a bit of reputation on there, I think. And there were people talking on there about soloing the, I think the Afriti camp and stuff. It's a good way to level from. I get 56 to 60, I think. And there were a few people that went on there and said, "Oh, it's really hard without." Someone was an ogre, and he said he went there and he found it hard without a fungi tunic because that little bit of extra regen. So immediately I'm like, "Oh my god, I got to play a troll!" No, not just about one camp. Stupid, really. And as I said, it's not normally what I'm like, but I just had this this thing. Mr. Tad, I'm going to leave you there. I'll leave you there. You can tell the rest. I'm leaving you alive. You can tell the rest what's been going on. And put fear into them. Hello. Ouch. Yeah, I 100 million% agree. And that is normally what I'm like. You know, normally it's about the experience and the atmosphere and the skulls on the wall and all that kind of stuff. But this whole shaman race thing, it's really, yeah, really weird how I've kind of got a bit of a thing about it. Okay, so we should have some more pops in here, shouldn't we? Yeah, novice. I think alteration's not max, so I should be slowing, shouldn't I? Oh, hello. No, I know what you're saying, and I do agree. You should play what you want. Certainly, you should play what you like looking at. I'm a bit of a. I mean, the reason I quite like ogre is kind of a bit of a. I quite like the lore of the ogres, all the whole Radosec stuff, and how they used to be like super beings almost, and then they were, yeah. Oh, Bob. Ah, God, I haven't got any keys set up for targeting. I'm click targeting, which I apologise. I know it's terrible. Oh, thanks, dosage. I don't know what that was, but I'll check it out in a sec. Cool. Wow, look at that. But so who's barricading who there? Those textures are quite good on that plank, actually. Look at that. That's weird. Who's barricading that? Is someone barricading someone in or someone out? I want to look at the lore of that. That looks quite interesting. Whoa. Oh dear. Oh dear. Got a bad one. Oh dear, got a bad one. Went too far there. Buff to guild, yeah, awesome. It's amazing the difference it makes. I mean, when you're a shaman and you buff people, you don't kind of realise the difference it makes to them. You know, it's this Scath Squire has got like a fork. Look at that. What the hell is that? A runed bone fork. Cool. Mob's a bit like, you know, I don't know if anyone's had a dog. You know when your dog gets angry at something and you're shouting at it and it won't look at you. It looks away and you're going, come here, stop doing that. And it just ignores you. That's what this mob's like. It's like, I want this guy. I don't want you. Fawns. No, it is a massive help, I have to say. If they're hitting me anyway, it's a massive help. I mean, at the moment, I'm doing pitiful damage. Maybe if I slow it, I can get aggro. No, maybe not. Fair chunk of XP into level 12 as well. Mr. Guard. So we... Oh, sorry about that, guys. That was really loud. It's got a runed bone fork and... oh, thank you. Thanks, Dosage. That's awesome. I think that's a thingy, isn't it? That's like a skin arm shield, isn't it? Oh, sorry, guys. That's really loud. That that opening bag stuff. Right, what we'll do is we'll get to level 11, and then we'll then I've got to go. Level 12 even. Ouch. Who's that? No. And you. Come on. One more level. Yeah, that was weird. That wasn't so. That's what I really liked about Everquest as well. The fact, and it just seemed like it, not the thing to do. Ouch! God damn you! Yeah, but you can actually see the weapon they're holding. It's awesome. Did Warcraft kind of have that? It must have done, mustn't it? Surely. Yeah, thanks for that potion, mate. That's awesome. That's going to be really good. I should be checking these bodies. It's not like I'm super rich that I can afford to not be doing it. Hello. Oh, whoa. Oops. Okay. Still dungeon newbie. I must look round corners. Not in Warcraft. It's weird, isn't it? It just seems a logical thing to do. It's really cool, as you say. You can see when when the mob's got that weapon you want. It's like when you pull the Warlord in not City of Mist, in Karnors. It might be the T staff. Is that right? Thanks, Dosage. I think Dosage's done some super pulling for me here. Level 12! Woohoo! Ding-a-ding. That's where the fawns really helps, when you're fighting mobs that are much higher than you. I guess that's how your power level is as a druid, to a certain extent. Come on, Bob. Wake up. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna, after this pull, I'm gonna be. Yeah, that ding noise is good. Right, after we finish with these, I'm gonna head off. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time, and I'll be doing a lot more of this. Hopefully, if you miss it, I'll always put the videos onto YouTube. So, or you can come here and watch them, I guess. I keep thinking about sort of playing some music, but I know that affects things on YouTube then. And then when people come, and even if you listen on Twitch, you can't hear the sound. So that's kind of, I quite like the idea of that happening. So yeah. Hey you. Hey, what the hell? Oops. Oh dear. I'm glad you guys are with me. Cool. Okay, guys. Well, that's it. I'm gonna gate out. Thanks for all the help, guys. I really appreciate it. It's really great of you to turn up and give me a hand. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm going to gate out. Hope you had a good time. I certainly did, and I'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be. Hopefully, I'll be doing this on as often as we can. So let's let me loot these dudes first. Okay, so you want me to take the eye? I'll do that. Rusty rapier. That's it. Just wave at everyone. It's the 8. Are you gone? I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, mate. Anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time. I will see you all again very soon. I might see you tomorrow if you're about, if I'm up to it. But certainly next week. I'll try and. I know it's difficult because we do different time. We're in different time zones for a lot of us. But what I'll do is I will try to. I'll try to kind of get some sort of format going where I'm streaming at certain times. So you kind of, even if you can't make it, you're always aware of when it's going to be. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. You've been really cool. Thanks for all your help, and I'll speak to you all again very soon.